And today's Focus at 4 is good news. The annual I Love America 4th of July show will go on, and it will happen this year at the George Bush Library and Museum. There was some concern last month about the future of the event and where it would be. Well, that's after A&M said that it wanted to give its employees the day off. And without A&M's support with public safety personnel, the Bush Library and Museum, where it's hosted, said that it would be unable to host the celebration this year. But we have an update to all that. Diane Jones-Meyer is president of the College Station Noon's Lions Club, and the Noon Lions Club helps to put this event on.
Correct.
And has for, you said, 40, 50 years?
60, this will be 66. 56.
56, so a long time, and then this
time.
year rolls around, and the George Bush Library and Museum says we may not be able to do this here because A&M may not be able to provide the appropriate amount of personnel. But that has changed. Tell us the update, Diane.
It was actually A&M let us know that they would not be able, they didn't want to ask their employees to give up that day with their families. And then the Bush Library and the George Bush Foundation, which has responsibility for raising funds for the library as well as the Bush School, actually met with the university, and the university still is not planning to provide personnel. But we can have the event there. It'll be a library event instead of an A&M event.
Did and just to make sure that our viewers are getting all sides of this, A&M said we did not want to provide the personnel this year because we wanted to give our employees that day off to spend with their families. What kind of a position did it put you in the Lions Club in at that point?
Well, we immediately started looking at alternatives. We were committed to having the fireworks. It's been at the Bush Library since shortly after the library opened.
And I've heard the organization say this is a perfect place.
It is a perfect place. It has lots of parking. It has a big open space for the launching of the fireworks, and it's a good place for the crowd. And you know, it's a stunning picture with the fireworks coming over the library.
Got video right there. So let me ask you this: if A&M is still saying we can't provide the personnel, where's the personnel now coming from in order to do this? Is this where you need help, or?
Well, yeah, we have two partners in this. It would be the Bush Library and the Brazos Valley Symphony Orchestra, which they provide for their own concert, and it's going to be up to the Lions and the library through the Bush Foundation to figure out how we can staff it. You know,
what kind of staff do you need? Is this something you're...
The only thing we know right now is we need 4 law enforcement officers and 7 law enforcement officers. A&M has committed 4 of their police officers because it has to go through them, and we are to find 7 others from Brazos County to supplement.
So law enforcement, public safety.
So we know, we need. That's what we know so far. But we've had, first aid responders. We have all the parking people and traffic control people, grounds folks working that day. And at this point, we're not really sure what else we're going to have to come up with. So
we'll be keeping in touch with you to find out what kind of assistance that you need as we wrap this up, because I'm running out of time. But do we know a day yet, or the time yet on which we're going to do this?
Actually, we have been discussing that. We had decided early on that we were going to try to have the fireworks a half hour earlier.
Okay.
So at 9:15 instead of 9:45, just to be a little more family friendly.
Gotcha.
Whether we'll make it later when we start our events, we don't know yet.
I think most of our viewers are going to be happy just to hear the fact that it still will be at the George Bush Library and Museum. We know that for sure.
That I am nervously optimistic.
Okay. If it changes, let us know.
Oh, yeah.
But everybody's backing that, and we will certainly get the word out about what kind of help may be needed along the way. Diane, thank you so much for coming out and giving us an update on the situation with the I Love America celebration at the George Bush Library and Museum. Thank you, appreciate it, and we're going to be back right after this.
You're watching First News at 4 with Rusty Surratt, Kathleen Whitty, and Weather with Mac Moore.